Hi there, we are Lisa and Chris. Please join us aboard our main ship 390, Cool Beans, as we cruise America's Great Loop. Before leaving Cabbage Key, we had a few manatees nibbling Brazu's swim ladder. They were too cute. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are we?
We just left Cabbage Key, Florida.
We did. What did we do there?
Spent the night on the dock and went and had dinner.
We did. What did we see this morning?
4 or 5 manatees right next to the boat, splashing around, feeding, playing. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing.
They were so adorable. Where are we headed to right now?
Headed to the Okeechobee waterway. We'll spend the night probably in LaBelle.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll check in later. Heading east from Cabbage Key going into Fort Myers, we realized it was a beautiful weekend morning and the boat parade was going out into the Gulf in full force. We also had a visitor in the wake of Cool Beans, this guy on an electric surfboard. How fun. Can we put you on our YouTube channel? This is as fast as we go. Remnants of an old marina from the latest hurricane that came through Fort Myers. Really sad. There's some sunken boats in there. Just all the docks are gone. It's sad. I'll try to zoom in here. Wow. Travel Day 20. We went 56 nautical miles from Cabbage Key, Florida to LaBelle, Florida. The Rim Canal is a man-made deep channel which runs along the perimeter of the lake. In most places, the canal is part of the lake, but in others, it is separated from the open lake by low grassy islands. When an ice boat enters the marina, we all want to take a look. 2 were coming in right as we were all going to dinner, so Chris, Troy, and James all went down to help Captain Sam with the docking and check out the boats. They were both really nice boats. Travel Day 21. We went 27 nautical miles from LaBelle, Florida to Clewiston, Florida. Today's interesting information is about locks. Locks are basically water elevators. It is a big chamber with gates at each end. They have lock gears which empty or fill the chamber with water. Locks make it easier for boats to travel up and down rivers and canals across country that is not level. We went through several locks this week, so I wanted to show you the important things to know about locks. First, every lock that we have been through has required us to have our life jackets on. Also, it's very helpful to wear gloves, as we're generally holding slimy lines in the lock. I keep a boat hook with me so I can grab the lines and help Chris hold the boat in place while we are ascending or descending. So as we approach a lock, I will go down and start getting ready, and Chris will hail the lock on the radio and ask for passage and instructions, such as which side, port or starboard, we'll be locking through on. I will throw out the fenders on the port or starboard, and then we will wait until we see the flashing green light, which means we're clear to enter. We go in, grab lines that are attached to the lock, and hold the boat up against the lock wall until the water level is where it should be. Chris will run up and get back behind the wheel, and I hold the lines, usually midship and stern, until we're clear to exit. We have been in locks with only one other boat and up to as many as 4 or 5 other boats. We hated to leave Roland Martin's Marina, but we did stay 2 nights and got some rest, and we met several other loopers there. On to tackle Lake Okeechobee. Lake Okeechobee is the largest freshwater lake in the state of Florida. It is the 10th largest natural freshwater lake in the U.S. Okeechobee covers 730 square miles and is exceptionally shallow for a lake of its size, with an average depth of only 9 feet. Fun fact, the term Okeechobee comes from the Seminole Indian language meaning big water. While on Lake Okeechobee, we saw several fires in the distance. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission were conducting a prescribed burning. Ecologically responsible prescribed burns help improve habitat for fish, wildlife, waterfowl, wading birds, and other wildlife populations. Travel day 22. We went 22 nautical miles from Clewiston, Florida to Stuart, Florida. Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Where did we just leave and why are we late and where are we going?
We are leaving Stuart, Florida. We've been getting a low voltage alarm when we're using our bow thrusters, and we thought we located the problem. Put a new battery cable on, or a battery lug. Didn't solve the problem, but it's sure to help.
Yeah.
And we are headed to Fort Pierce, Florida.
That's right. All right, and we're going to stay there for 3 days.
Be there for 3 days.
Weather's coming.
Got pretty good thunderstorms coming the next 2 days, so we're going to hang out in Fort Pierce and go see the town. They've got a farmer's market that's supposed to be outstanding right next to the marina, so I'm sure we'll spend some time there.
I agree. All right. Hey, Dave.
Hello?
We are commemorating something right now. What are we commemorating?
We just turned north. We're headed up the East Coast for the next part of our loop.
That's right. We're headed north. Our buddy boat turned south. We're sad to part ways with them, but they have a journey that they're going on too. So we're both going on our separate journeys.
Good luck to Brazil.
We will miss them very much. But here we go, headed north. I was looking at Navionics and saw this square-looking island up ahead and just knew it must be man-made from the shape. So I read about Nettles Island and took this video of it to show you. It's a 40-acre island that was built on sand dredged from the bottom of the Indian River back in the late 60s. It began as a campground and has evolved into everything from custom homes, mobile homes, and even RVs. The population is around 22,000. Right down from Nettles Island, I saw 2 large cylinders, so a little research came up with the St. Lucie nuclear power plant, which has been powering more than 1 million homes in South Florida for more than 45 years by generating about 2,000 megawatts of emissions-free electricity. Pretty cool. Travel Day 23. We went 30 nautical miles from Stuart, Florida to Fort Pierce, Florida. We used our weather day to do some boat maintenance, and you can see Chris doing what is called boat yoga. It took a few hours, but we got it all done and stepped out to treat ourselves to lunch and run some errands. We used a car service in Fort Pierce called Freebie. It's a free ride in an electric car. At about midnight, I heard crazy waves against the bow of the boat and looked up the weather to see a warning of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts along with rain. I woke Chris up and we made sure everything was secure in the cockpit of the boat. I took this video, but you really can't tell how strong the wind gusts were. Luckily, it only lasted about 90 minutes. The next morning, the sun was out, and we went to the famous farmers market in Fort Pierce. They hold it every Saturday, rain or shine, in front of the marina. They have live music, and we enjoyed looking at all the foods and crafts for sale, and we bought a few kinds of honey and a few kinds of popcorn, along with some produce. After lunch, we went to the Manatee Observation Center to learn more about manatees and their habitat. What's your tip of the week?
This week we're going to talk about these oil absorbent pads. This is my tip for the week. We use these often. Every time we get fuel, we wrap these around the nozzle. No fuel spill, absorbs right into the to the pad. Just got done with an oil change, went through 3 or 4 of them. You're going to spill. Soaks up the oil. It does not soak up water for some reason. Put them underneath the Raycor fuel filters. Had a pretty good spill. Not a drop got in the bilge, all right in the pads. You get them online, worth every penny. I don't remember what we paid, but I know the more you order, the cheaper they get. Very good, very highly recommended. Order you some. Good afternoon. Welcome back aboard Cool Beans. Had a great week on the water this week. Started off in
Cabbage Key.
Mm-hmm. Great place to stay. Left Cabbage Key. Spent the night on the docks at LaBelle, Florida. Mm-hmm. Left LaBelle. Went to Roland Martin's on Lake Okeechobee. Spent a couple of nights there. Really enjoy that place. We have a history there. We've been a few times. Left Roland's.
Wait, I caught a really big fish on Okeechobee. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before.
This is true.
Right.
She has a bigger bass than I do.
Anyway.
After Okeechobee was Stuart, Florida.
Yep.
Now we're in Fort Pierce, Florida. Weather's been unpredictable. 50-mile-an-hour, 60-mile-an-hour winds last night.
Yeah, and it just rained just now, and now it's beautiful.
Just had rain. Looks like we're going to spend at least another 2 days here, possibly up to 5. Weather's very unpredictable for us in the coming days, so we're just going to play it by ear. If we're stuck here, there's worse places to be.
That's what I said. Yep, sounds good. You want to tell everyone about our Q&A next time?
Yeah, keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming. We're getting questions on YouTube, we're getting questions on our emails, we're getting questions on our cell phones. We're going to do a Q&A that will be on our next video. It might be a separate video depending on how many questions we have, but keep them coming and we'll answer what we can.
Yeah, just anything you want to know, let us know. You know, we're an open book, so we'll try to answer it as best we can. We'll answer the autopilot, we'll address the autopilot issue that everyone keeps commenting about. So, yeah, just keep them coming.
Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next week on Cool Beans.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Love to our family and friends.